Okay, so the question is, give an account of the lives of Abu Sufyan and Khalid bin Walid during the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's a 10-mark question. We're not going to discuss this now. In your opinion, can Muslims today learn anything from Abu Sufyan's involvement with the Prophet? Now, remember, he was a staunch enemy first, and then he accepted Islam at the time of Fatah Makkah, the conquest of Makkah. Okay, what can we learn? We can learn forgiveness. First, remember, he was the staunch enemy of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But then when he accepted Islam at the time of Fatah Makkah, the conquest of Makkah, what do you see in the interaction between the two is that the Prophet forgave him. Whereas remember, he came in the battle of Uhud against the Prophet. He came in the battle of Trench against the Prophet. And he was the cause, and he also came to debate about, the breach in the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. But when he did finally accept Islam, the Prophet forgave him. Then reconcile. What can you see that we can see reconciliation when they finally did, he did accept Islam. Then the Prophet ﷺ did not reprimand him because of what he did before. They reconciled, and he was given a position of authority also. And how was he given a position of authority? He was given respect by when the Prophet ﷺ said that when whoever enters the house of Abu Sufyan will stay protected at the time of Fatah Makkah. So you can see that then what I see in that, giving him that appointment straight as soon as he has adopted Islam, is to maybe also prevent him from any mischief at that time, because he's newly accepted Islam. A person can doubt his loyalties at that time. So giving him this honor and respect that, okay, your house is a sanctuary for anybody who wants to stay safe, is also, a good, I think, a positive strategy on behalf of the Prophet ﷺ's diplomacy, that, okay, give him this appointment and he will be subservient, basically. Then you see transformation. Abu Sufyan transformed as soon as after Fatah Makkah. Then he also went for the Battle of Hunain and the Siege of Taif. So instantly, he transformed. But remember, caution. Can you see caution? The Prophet ﷺ was cautious of Abu Sufyan, because when Abu Sufyan was leaving, the place where he had accepted Islam, he told a companion to keep an eye on him, that we need to keep an eye on Abu Sufyan, because he wanted to stay cautious of him. And what else can we learn from the interaction of the Abu Sufyan and the Prophet ﷺ? Remember, first he was a staunch enemy, and then at one time he also becomes the father-in-law of the Prophet ﷺ. His daughter is married off to the Prophet ﷺ because she is widowed, and she couldn't be sent back to Makkah because naturally at that time her father was a non-Muslim. So the Prophet married her, and then when he comes to Medina also, and he comes to negotiate about the breach in the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, you can see the interaction of his daughter. His daughter does not even allow him to sit on the bedding of the Prophet ﷺ. And when he goes to different companions that please negotiate on my behalf, everybody says, no, we're not willing to, because it's up to the Prophet. We made a treaty with you, it's up to you. And then the Prophet did talk to Abu Sufyan. He gave him options, sent him back. It's not like that the Prophet treated him badly. Even when he was a staunch enemy, the Prophet treated him with respect, and especially after he became his father-in-law also. Clear? So I hope that answers the question.